Today, I'm going to talk about credit options for foreign owners of U.S. LLCs and corporations. And I'm going to go into a lot of different options you may not have heard of before, but that may apply to you. And as someone who is an international tax consultant who works with entrepreneurs all over the world, I've been asked this question by many different people from many different countries in many instances. And I'm going to go through some of them with you now. It's actually 5 credit options. Okay. So stay to the end because you wouldn't even expect what number 5 is, but I didn't expect it. But when I figured it out and I went through my research and got to it, it was a good number 5. So stay to the end and we'll get there. So businesses need credit for a variety of different reasons. So you may need to fund your growth. You may need to hire people. You may need to buy product because you're selling it and you don't get paid fast enough to buy with the money you're selling it with. You just need financing to grow your business. You need some extra money. And everyone's coming to the US because the US gives out money to everybody. So there's always options in the US to get money, but it's getting tighter than before as interest rates are going up. So I'm going to share in this video 5 good options that may work for you. And we're starting off with number 1, the most common, the most basic option, and that would be business credit cards. Obviously, getting a credit card is the most common option, but some business credit cards are available to foreign-owned businesses. So these cards can be used to finance business expenses and help build business credit. There's not a lot of them. I've used Divvy. There's a company called Credit Suite that I've not worked with, but they help businesses grow their business credit. The struggle is that many of these credit card companies also want to know the owner's information to co-sign on it. And if you don't have a tax ID, you may not be able to co-sign. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of great answers for you here. But if you have a credit card in your home country, it's possible that they have an affiliate service or they have a location in the US where you can use your foreign credit score in the US. For example, Nova Credit has this program where they allow people from India, Canada, Mexico, the UK to use your foreign credit score to get US credit cards. It's a little nuanced in the process, but it is possible. And I've helped people from Canada get Amexes, which are great credit cards because they don't have a fixed limit. The more you spend, the higher your limit goes, and you just keep paying it off and growing your limit. So that's number 1 is business credit cards. Number 2 are term loans. Term loans are typically for long-term financing, like purchasing equipment or expanding a business. Foreign-owned businesses may be able to obtain these term loans from banks or other institutions, but generally term loans are going to be asset-backed. So if you're buying large equipment, you can get a loan, but it's going to be backed by that equipment. If you're buying a home in the US or real estate, you can get a loan. You have to put 30% down or more or less, depending on your lender. But, they're going to have rights to that property if you don't pay the loan. So while that is standard practice everywhere, it is also available. So, and these companies that are selling these products and these houses are incentivized to find the financing for you so that they can sell and move on from the property. So that's obviously a thing there. Term loans are real. Getting a term loan just for expanding a business is going to be a little bit tougher in my experience, but nothing's impossible if you know the right people. And I'm not saying I know all the right people, but I can help you get some of the financing depending on what you're doing and where you're at. Okay. Number 3, invoice financing. So invoice financing allows a business to borrow money based on their outstanding invoices. This can be a good option for businesses who have a regular flow of invoices or sales. It's often for, like, if you have an e-commerce business and you can show that you're generating ROI in your ads, there are businesses that'll loan you money. They will connect to your payment processor and get paid first, but they will help you fund your growth. And there are actually a lot of options for invoice financing, or we'll call it, KPI driven ad financing. There's different companies that do this, especially for running ads for products, because you don't get paid right away and you have to send out and buy more products. And when they can connect to your payment processor and get paid directly, they're more incentivized to loan you the money. So there are a lot of options with this type of invoice financing. And it's a great solution if you need that solution. And often you do to grow your business, especially when it comes to the ads and the timing of everything. Another option is SBA loans. And the SBA has loan programs that are used to finance starts, purchase, and expansions of businesses. And there are some programs available for foreign-owned businesses. There are not a lot of programs, like the great, really beneficial programs of COVID days weren't available for non-residents. But if you have a corporation in the U.S., you could potentially apply for SBA loans, and it's worth looking into and calling them and figuring out if you do apply for financing, because it is generally some of the best financing. They give you the most aggressive rates. They give you really good rates, and they're government loans. There's different things you have to do to follow and comply with their loan procedures and everything, but it is a good option. And number 5, and this is something that I didn't expect when I was going through the research. Number 5 is going to be crowdfunding. Crowdfunding platforms allow businesses to raise money from a large number of people, usually in exchange for rewards of equity or products. Foreign-owned businesses may be able to use crowdfunding to obtain financing, depending on the platform and what you're selling and how you're marketing it. But it's a way to get money. It's not necessarily credit, but it is financing in its own way. And will extend crowdfunding into just generic raising capital with angel investors and that kind of thing. Crowdfunding is generally more accessible because you can post it and promote it and do it yourself. Whereas with investors, you have to kind of find the right people and be put in the right spot and have all your ducks in a row, where it's a little lower bar of entry of the crowdfunding. All you need is a cool product and a cool marketing campaign, and you can make crowdfunding work. So in the end, these credit options for foreign owners of U.S. LLCs and corporations, it's important to note that the availability of credit and these options may vary depending on your circumstances, of course, including your credit worthiness and the nature of your business and what you're buying. And it's all circumstantial, and it's all based on what's going on. But I want you to know, in the US, anything's possible. You just have to find the right person. You could even find a wealthy billionaire who thinks your idea is cool, and they will loan you the money on the right terms. So there's always an option. Shark Tank was started out in the US. There's always a way to do it to get financing. Unfortunately, it's not easy. Most of the options aren't super easy. The term loans on real estate can be easy. The invoice financing can be easier, but getting a business credit card's not easy. But all of it is possible. So anything you want in the US, you have to work hard for, and you can achieve it and you can do it. But it's not easy. If you like this video and you want to hear more, you have any questions, subscribe, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for being here, guys, and I wish you guys the best on financing. If you've gotten financing yourself and you're still here, let me know below how you've gotten financing as a foreign person. I'd love to hear it. Okay? Thanks a lot. See you in the next one.